Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Counselor's Office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and we are back with some more reacts, specifically Destiny 2. We're going back in because, again, there's more drama. It feels like as things go on, we can't get away from drama. The community in Destiny just loves drama. We're a drama for your mama. Specifically, what am I talking about today? We're talking about Kvostov. Yes, that's right. Kvostov, the beloved weapon that's iconic from Destiny 1, was brought over into Destiny 2 for new lights. And now we finally have a legendary version of it, but we also have the exotic, which is apparently really freaking strong in PvP right now. We'll get more into that toward the later end of the video. But specifically, people are complaining about how to get Kvostov. And we're going through some Twitter stuff. Let's just kind of check it out a little bit. People complaining about getting Kvostov in D2, never had to get TOM or the exotic swords in D1. The Touch of Malice, you got that from beating the campaign and then having to actually do said raid, the King's Fall raid, and then you had to go through the process of unlocking the actual exotic. You had to do a lot of freaking things. And same thing with the 3 different swords. You had to do a lot of steps. And a lot of it was kind of hidden. You had to kind of figure it out as you went. For those not vibing the Kvostov quest, please be mindful for those of us who put in actual grind for the goods. Kvostov sounds different than the legendary common one. I mean, yeah, they're going to change it up. But so what is this reference to? Why do we see Mountaintop? It's because if you've never grinded for the OG Mountaintop, what it was, and I think someone, let's see, here it is. To get Mountaintop, you had to rank in competitive and then in PvP get 750 kills with a grenade launcher, 200 multi-kills with a grenade launcher, 100 calculated trajectory medals with 3 kills with a grenade launcher without dying. And apparently you could do some cheeses. I did it legit, as did many did it legit. But it was a grind to get your hands on Mountaintop. Now, people complained about Mountaintop, how egregious it was to get. And eventually it got to the point where people just got handouts. And it was also nerfed. And Bungie stopped doing cool little rewards like this. And so the fear is people aren't getting access to Kvostov as easy because it's kind of hidden. If you want to know what I mean, if you're new to Destiny or you haven't got the final shape or you're one of the bunch that's kind of struggling, essentially you have to go around the map, collect the regional chests to get bits. Then you have to do like the Sys challenges to get the rest of the bits. And then once you get that, you can get the legendary version of Kvostov. And once you get the legendary version, then you have to go and beat, you have to go collect the motes of light that are around the map, but you also have to do overthrow bosses and they get you motes of light. And the final boss will drop you, the exotic mode of light, which then you go to the OG speaker area where it was in D1. It's kind of like revamped in the Lost City area in the Pale Heart, and you get a golden chest, and then you get the new revamped exotic Kvostov. I know that's a lot to keep saying, but in general, it's a lengthy quest that was very hidden, and it took people a little while to kind of figure it out. It takes time, it takes effort, and I do think there is an issue that I have with the quest. But overall, there is a large part of the community that is upset about having to grind all of these. Gotta collect all 8 for the exotic. See, people are memeing about it. And see, that's what I'm saying. People are like complaining about getting this. I'm just kind of going through and seeing what the people are saying. Like, a lot of people do love it, but there's a lot of people, especially on like Reddit and Twitter, not just this, that are absolutely upset about how long it takes to get. And that's why people are posting, please don't ruin it for everyone else. And I agree. listen, the main problem that I have with the quest, and that why a lot of people are still struggling, is because the stupid meatball, the servitor monster, that is in the blooming area, when you kill it, the moat just disappears. And it was a big issue because it would eat up your all your moats. And what it was apparently is that it would fling the exotic moat across the map. I think that, in my personal opinion, I think it was a horrible game design to have moats drop from the boss. Why you can't unlock like a triumph that would just give it to you, I don't know. Maybe it's an API thing. Maybe they didn't want people to be able to be spoiled and just find out how to get it. I'm not a game designer, but I think at least what they should have done was you got the mote of light from the chest and not the boss, because if you didn't pay attention and go where the boss died, you would not get the mote of light. And not only that, but the triumph that tracks how many times you've killed the bosses is bugged. So you have to do this mental registration if you are not doing a run through of the whole thing. You like, okay, yesterday I think I killed this boss. You have to remember that, which is annoying, but it's not hard. I think most of the hard work has been done for the community when it comes to this quest. You literally just need to do a step-by-step guide. You can get this done in a day. It is not that hard. And that's not me being elitist. That's me being honest. If you struggle with such a simple task of following a step-by-step guide, I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't require you to do dungeons. It doesn't require you to do raids. It is literally playing the base form of the game. And that's it. I think where I agree that it's egregious is the fact that the mote of light drops from the bosses themselves and not the chest, at least at the bare minimum. I think that was bad design, and I hope they never do that again. I hope they never have anything item-wise collectible come from a boss again when it comes to unlocking a mission or a quest to get exotic. I think it was bad game design. This is hopefully their one and done. If they want to do something like Kvostov, they put it in the actual goddamn chest that you do at the end, right? That's my personal gripe. That's my own hot take about it. I think everything else about it, having to beat all the bosses, that was fine. I think going into finding all the hidden collectibles, I think that's fantastic. This was like a OG exotic. That's how exotics used to be. You didn't just get handouts. You didn't just do a simple little side quest and, hey, you just did this little quest. Here's your exotic. No, I remember, if you all, the D2 veterans out there, or the D1, should I say, if you remember Thorn, do you remember the pain in the butt it was to get freaking Thorn unlocked? Oh my God. The OG Thorn, by the way. D1 exotic missions were painful. They were challenging. They weren't just like, here you go, honey. And I think it's good to have those in the game. I think it's good to have some challenging exotics that make you work for them. I think we should have some that are just handed out. That's okay too. But the fact that people are up in arms about Kvostov is nutty. Now, another thing people are talking about is how freaking broken apparently it is. Apparently, it is destroying people in PvP. Apparently, it is overwhelmingly broken and just destroying people. Now, this looks like trials, but what's going on here is he's got Guardian, Eyes Up Guardian, which increases your damage, and he's got like it all stacked up, and it's just shredding people. I am not a pro nerf guy, but this is game nerf. Let's be honest. Anything that is oppressive or overly strong will have its time in the sunlight. And in this case, this is an expansion weapon. This is one of the icons of the expansion. Bungie's going to let this ride for a while to get sales, and then they're going to nerf it. Now, my hope is that if they nerf it, it's just PvP, because in PvE, I don't see how this is broken. It is strong. I don't know how strong it is. We'll find out. I'm going to take into GMs for a test run. But in PvP, like, listen, don't nerf this thing into the ground, both in PvE or PvP. I have a lot of lack of trust in Bungie, even with the final shape being really good. Historically, Bungie has a bad track record with nerfing things, including exotics. Like, let's be honest. They struggle when it comes to nerfing things in the game. So I'm hoping that they don't nerf this thing into the ground. Beam. Has been an amazing surprise, taking the spot as my favorite weapon. This expansion is strong in all the nerdy ways possible, including many hidden perks and stats that contribute to its peak potential. Yeah, like apparently it shreds. Like, I almost want to take this into PvP and really test it out myself, but I feel like it will stay strong for a while until they decide it's time to nerf. Yeah. So here we are. This is trials right now, and as you can see, Red Death, Kvostov, 20% of kills is Kvostov. And anything that sticks up this hard is going to get nerfed. I don't want it to get nerfed. I'm not pushing it for it to get nerfed. But if you've been on this game long enough, if you've been around Bungie long enough, you know how they do and how they think. They see big number, they don't like that. Now, they'll like it for a while to get some sales, but once those sales start, going down, they're gonna cut it. They're gonna kill it. I'm just hoping they don't murder it. We'll see. I think Red Death is not in too much of a shabby shape. It obviously, you can see that it's sticking out. Also, maps do matter here, by the way, when it comes to trials. When we're looking at PvP, maps definitely matter and determine outcome. But when you have hand cannons that are struggling against guns like Kvostov and Red Death and even the Summoner, which the Summoner has been hot for a while, my fear is that 600s might get a nerf. It may not just be Kvostov. It might be 600s that get a nerf. I don't think they should, because look at this percentage, a 3%. Like, but I'm not Bungie. I'm also not a sweaty 1%er trials nerd. We'll see. But my biggest thought is, if you're on the path to get the Kvostov and stuck on 16 most light, putting the motes in your vault and then killing twice had the exotic mode drop from me. There you go. We got some tech, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad I kept on scrolling. So the video, we have some tech. Try that out. Drop your motes inside your vault, and then there you go. Thank you, Dunny. Try that, ladies and gentlemen. Try it. I think I like Kvostov, chat. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's popping off right now. I don't want it to get nerfed, but this is your PSA. It's probably going to get nerfed, or 600s might get nerfed, but overall, I think this exotic will get nerfed. So get it, enjoy it, and just have that in the back of your head that Bungie protypically hammers things that stick out. Now, whether that'll be a month from now or 3 months, or in some guns, we've had several guns that have been going rampant for like a year or so. Who knows? But I'm going to say another analysis that I have about auto rifles. Bungie tends to fix those first above all else. SMGs, they'll let that ride for several months. Shotguns, snipers, they'll let that ride. Auto rifles, bam, they'll bring the hammer down on auto rifles. I don't know why. They don't like auto rifles being strong. They do not like, that is the one meta they refuse to let happen for longer than maybe a week or two or a month. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel for more. And as always, game out. Again, you don't have to like how this quest is, but try not to ruin it for the rest of us. It's nice to have this little nugget of nostalgia, a little bit of a chase. Not everything has to be handed to us. And it's not like you have to do like master raids or something to get this. I don't know. Elitist hat. That's me being elitist, but I'm saying, like, the game is enjoyable when there's something to actually chase versus here's your gold sticker, everyone gets it. That's me. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Until next time, game out. Huzzah.